Hey everybody, this is another video. This one right here is going to be about planting cover crops in containers. Now, when you guys think about planting cover crops, you don't think about container gardening. Mainly you dedicate the whole container to that one plant. Um, but in natural farming, in permaculture, diversity is key. The more different types of plants you have, the better the system. And lots of different plants that use each other. So I started using a couple types of cover crops. Um, a lot of the brassicas work really good for container gardening. I actually just had some turnip seeds laying around, and I started using some turnip seeds in my containers. And the main reason why I did that was there was a lot of empty space. Here's the plant, and you've got all this, exposed dirt around it. Now you can use mulch, which is basically like chop and drop, or what a lot of people nowadays are calling back to Eden garden style, because this guy, he started doing back to Eden. He called it back to Eden, where basically you use a natural mulch in your garden, and it mimics nature, which is what I'm all about. You mimic nature. Nature does a way better job of growing food than we ever could. And if you walk into the woods, there's a natural leaf litter, and that leaf litter over time creates topsoil, and plants actually grow up through that leaf litter. You don't see in wild a bunch of exposed dirt. So I try to mimic nature as much as possible, even in containers. Now I'm going to show you kind of what I've done, and I have a new garden that I'm actually going to plant some cover crops in there too, and kind of show you how I do it. And you guys, tell me what you think. This is the new bed that we're going to be planting some cover crops in. And I'm mainly planning on putting a bunch of lettuce and broccoli and brassicas in here, and I'm going to just kind of cover it all up. And that's basically just a wood frame with a bunch of dirt in it and a rubber liner. Now, I do all this basically, the other stuff I did after I planted everything. I just basically threw a bunch of seeds in the dirt. This one right here, I'm actually going to do a mulch layer of a bunch of wild grass that we got growing out in the field out there. I'm just going to go out there and grab it all and lay it all in here. And this is what I'm actually going to do beforehand. And a lot of people are going to say, well, you got to kind of bury the seeds, or move the dirt around to cover up the seeds a little bit. Well, you really don't have to do that. That's not really what happens in nature. Seeds just kind of lay on the ground, and leaf litter and dead leaves and grass and everything fall on top of it, and the next year or the next season the stuff starts to grow like that. So I'm just going to take a bunch of these seeds right here, and these are actually kale. I'm actually going to be growing some kale this year, Siberian kale, and I'm just going to be throwing a little bit of seeds in here. No really rhyme or reason how you put it in there. If I was doing this on property, or a big farm or a big garden, I would just be throwing the stuff out there as far as I could possibly go with it. And I'm also going to be throwing in some mustard greens in here too. Mustard greens. I don't want to put too many mustard greens in here with everything else. And this isn't the only thing that's going to be growing in here. This is just basically going to be a cover crop to kind of grow up and protect all the plants that I do plant in here. And I'm going to put the mulch in here, the grass on top, and actually plant through the grass. Now, a lot of people, they plant all their stuff and put mulch around it. But what I'm going to do is basically just kind of make a little hole and plant into the hole. Now here's one of the cover crops that I use in the turnips. I used with the pepper plant, and the pepper gets full sun, and I noticed that I have to water this thing 2-3 times a day, otherwise the leaves start to droop on it. And if you guys look, it's nice and healthy. And even though it's a tiny little pot, maybe like a 1-gallon pot, I've actually got a bunch of turnips growing right down here. And I just took a bunch of seeds and threw them out in the pot and watered it, and they're growing in here thick. It's fantastic how thick these guys are growing in here. And I like to even just come over here and grab one of these guys and just munch on it. Got a nice spicy flavor to it. Another container that I'm using the turnips in is a cover crop, and this is my corn container. And if you look right down here, I mean, you can see, I mean, it's thick. Now this gets a lot of sun, this gets full sun, and considering I've got so much dirt in here, I didn't want a lot of it being exposed, and I actually have to water it a lot less. And you know, I don't really see a lot of droopy leaves and everything. And I mean, the whole thing's basically covered in here. It might be a little thick. Some people are like, oh, there's too many growing in there. Well, you can always go in here and pull a bunch out and make you some salad too. So alright everybody, that's all I got for you today. This is how I plant cover crops. This is kind of what worked good for me. I just kind of started throwing some turnips in there, some turnip seeds. If you guys have any other ideas how you guys plant cover crops, go ahead and put a comment below. Let me know how you guys do that. Also, if you guys think I'm absolutely crazy for trying to grow lettuce in the middle of summertime and planting it in June, you guys go ahead and put that comment below too. Let me know what you think. And if you guys don't subscribe, go ahead and click that little button right up over here in the corner. And thanks for watching.